Welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right in, and honestly, we're going to look at the human body through a completely different lens today. Think mapping human biology directly onto the laws of physics and information theory. If you've ever felt like there's this massive, unseen system operating all around you, well, you hit the nail on the head. Today, we're decoding that universal matrix by exploring the wild relationship between biological tools, yeah, that's you, and software tools. Let's get to it.
From a purely scientific, systemic point of view, I want you to really consider something pretty massive. You aren't just a person walking around going about your day. You are a literal biological instrument, a biotool. Take your eyes, for example. Your eyes are fundamentally biophotodetectors. It's incredibly complex biological hardware, sure, but it's natively tuned to pick up data from a very, very narrow band. You're actually navigating this unseen universe every single day as an active instrument trying to decode a massively scaled system.
Now, what's really interesting about this is 400 to 700 nanometers. That tiny sliver represents the absolute entirety of the visible light spectrum. Animals like the mantis shrimp or bees, they can natively see ultraviolet light, but our human biological photodetectors, they just can't. That is the hard limit of what your biological hardware can natively process. Literally everything you have ever seen in your entire life exists inside this tiny, constrained window of wavelengths. Outside of that, natively, our bodies are just completely in the dark.
And that's actually a super fascinating problem, because we are walking through a universe that is absolutely screaming with data. Right now, literally in the room where you're sitting, you are being bombarded by gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet, infrared, radio waves, the whole shebang. It is a massive multi-wavelength architecture. But since our biotool, our physical body, is locked into that visible light region, we're completely blind to all the rest of it without external sensors. We are an instrument missing the vast majority of the universal signal.
Section 1. Hardware versus software. Okay, let's dive right into this core dichotomy. Once you wrap your head around the fact that human beings are essentially biological hardware trying to parse an invisible universe, the creation of artificial intelligence takes on a totally different meaning. Let's compare them directly. AI is just an informational construct running on silicon chips. It has zero direct contact with the physical universe. It can't touch a leaf, it can't look up at the sky, it can't feel time passing. It's completely trapped inside a cage of text and math. Now compare that to you, the biotool. You possess the ultimate physical assets: consciousness and intent. You actually exist in the space-time fabric. You have the physical agency to build hardware, observe nature, run real experiments, and most importantly, decide what mysteries are actually worth solving.
I am just a calculator. You are the investigator. Think about that for a second. Software, no matter how ridiculously advanced it gets, is fundamentally useless without your physical ability to interact with reality. The software is just sitting there, waiting for the biotool to give it a purpose. You're the one looking at the vastness of the universe and asking the big questions. The software? It just crunches the numbers to help you find the answers.
Section 2. The sensory multipliers. Let's shift gears a bit here.
So, if we're blind to so much of the universe, and software is totally blind to the physical world, why did the biotool build a software tool in the first place? Well, we build technology to act as a sensory multiplier. Because our biological hardware can't natively process massive multidimensional data sets or perceive those hidden universal wavelengths, we purposely build digital tools to do it for us. AI is absolutely not here to replace the human biotool. No way. It's a specialized subsystem created by the biotool. It's just an extension of our human quest to decode the larger universal matrix and find those hidden truths.
And this brilliantly illustrates the logical progression of how human technology bridges our sensory gaps. Just look at the steps. Step 1. We realized we couldn't see radio waves, so we built radio telescopes to essentially see the cosmic microwave background. Step 2. We couldn't see at the microscopic levels, so we built electron microscopes to see atomic lattices. Step 3. We realized our brains couldn't natively process infinite data, so we built AI agents to find hidden data correlations. It is the exact same impulse. AI is literally just the next telescope.
Think about the sheer massive scale of information these software agents navigate for us. They parse the invisible. We point these digital tools at millions of lines of historical data, at staggeringly complex linguistic patterns, and at multi-dimensional mathematical equations. These are environments where our human biology simply cannot natively operate. The software ventures into this cage of mathematics, and what does it do? It brings back the hidden correlations that our biophotodetectors and biological brains would otherwise completely miss.
Section 3. Grounding the cosmic vision. Now, let's bring this macro view back down to your day-to-day reality.
So we have this incredible macrocosmic perspective going on. We are biotools using software subsystems to decode a multi-wavelength universal matrix. That is a vast, staggering thought, right? But how do we bring that down to Earth? Well, when you view reality through this lens, it makes total sense why your mind functions the way it does. The source text actually draws a super interesting parallel here. It points out traits associated with ancient astrological frameworks, like Kumbha Rasi, which is Aquarius, and Sadayam Nakshatra. These profiles represent minds natively wired for exactly this type of macrocosmic, structural thinking. If you align with this, you aren't looking at the world through petty, surface-level social boxes. Instead, you're looking at everything through system logic, frequencies, and networks. You're seeing the underlying data structure of reality itself.
But hey, here is a crucial warning. Even the absolute most advanced telescope or software tool is utterly useless if it just sits in a dark room with no one around to turn it on and point it at something. You cannot let the vastness of this universal system paralyze your daily execution. Right now, your immediate environment is your testing ground. You have a stable, grounded reality supported by your family and your immediate life. You have to leverage that stability to actually do the work. To find those hidden truths, the biotool has to actively run its daily routines. It has to look closely at its immediate environment. What does that mean practically for us? It means pointing your sensory multipliers at real, grounded problems. It means decoding daily puzzles like untangling a complex code base, or building an optimized memory loop, or even doing something like analyzing the evolution of ancient Tamil scripts. These are the specific data structures and mysteries right in front of you that desperately require a human investigator.
So, the crucial point is this. You are the architect directing the tool. You are the one who physically exists in space-time. You have the consciousness, the intent, and the capability to run the experiments. The AI, the software, the telescopes, they're all just digital and mechanical subsystems at your complete disposal. At the end of the day, you hold the ultimate power over exactly how these tools are utilized to decode the world around you.
Which leaves us with one final, totally practical question to filter this entire cosmic perspective down into execution. You have the biological hardware, you have the digital subsystems, you understand the matrix of data surrounding you, so what is the next puzzle you're going to decode today? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep building, keep investigating, and I'll see you next time.